we immediately come out of this elevator and yeah, make sure you don't make sure you let go of your crouch button before you shoot. That usually helps. Alright, welcome back to the channel. Got something a little different here, got some gameplay. I've already edited the gameplay to cut out all the more or less annoying bits, or not annoying, but boring bits, sorry. And then during the gameplay, I'm just gonna add, you know, if I'm doing something stupid or something good, something to replicate, don't replicate, just give some general thoughts in hindsight and just see how this video goes. Hopefully it helps you guys. I will preface, do note, you know, asterisk, exclamation mark, whatever you want to call it. This game I was testing during this gameplay, so like there's not going to be fully 100% locked in gameplay. I tend to be looking at my peripherals debuff tracker because I'm trying to note and compare these runs with previous runs just so I can get a judgment on how strong these builds are before I ship them to you guys. But I'll try to like make note of that during the gameplay when it comes around to it. Anywho's, with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. I'm not going to do any pauses on the cut gameplay. I'm just going to let it play and talk over it. Hope you guys enjoy. God bless. Take care. Alright, we're getting straight into it. We're in the middle of a horde. We see some elites. Use grenades. Double tap with armor bane to put the brittleness. If you're trying to snipe the elite, then do the charge attack. Trying to like rapid tap elites, it's just not worth the DPS. Just go for the charge shots for the elites. Here I see my team falling back, so then I realize I need to fall back too, try to regroup. Now moments like this where you're kind of surrounded on all angles, that's kind of when you want to pull out your melee, but again we're just kind of committing to the HELBORE meme. The HELBORE doesn't have good stagger, so don't try to light shoot dogs off allies if they're far away. Commit to the charge shot to like actually kill the dog. I see the mutant on my ally, shout it off. If it's a card, that means there's nothing interesting that happened. Like it's just a couple of hard spawns that we clear quite easily. See bulwarks, shredders are like a top tier tool to use against bulwarks because they don't care about the shields. The bayonet has really good single target damage, don't underestimate it. Always set up the bayonet damage with the double tap armor bane. I didn't even hear that dog truthfully. In the moment I do remember that. We see the horde with the elites coming, that's when we want to use grenades, because we want to use grenades ideally in a moment where they have a chance to regenerate themselves. Like yeah, you can use the odd grenade here and there for a horde like that just to cull it out, because this is getting towards the end of the horde. So once this is dealt with, we'll have a bit of breathing room, which you'll see in a moment. So clearing up all the chaff, the bayonet is really good against shields and against single targets. Set up the rages, bayonet them, we clear off the chaff, and now we have a bit of breathing room. Again, setting up the brittleness, it does go through the shield, so the energy shield, and it does go through bulwark shield, so you can just shoot at the energy shield or the bulwark shields and they'll still get the armor bane. That's a bad grenade, there's just not enough density there, especially when I have one grenade and my demo stockpile is gonna prop. That should have been saved to use for a double nade combo, just completely unnecessary to grenade there. Here it's like, imagine I had 2 grenades here, for example. Even here it's like, that's not even a good grenade either. I don't think like this amount of crushes is dangerous enough to warrant grenades truthfully. A couple of charge shots and we're chilling. But this is just not me knowing the potential of the HELBORE. Like here, this is just a few charge shots, cull it out. Like charge shot the crushers and then tap the maulers and bayonet them in the chest because it's flak. Armor bane with the bayonet can do damage and deal with carapace, but it's like 300 damage a pop. It's enough, but like just shoot it, shoot carapace. Or use shredders. Teammate DC'd or something. I don't know if he DC'd then died, or died then DC'd, or quit, or whatever, but he does come back, so let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll just assume that he lagged, then died, and then DC'd. It's happened to me. And again, he does come back, so I'm not going to assume the worst. I got better things to do. Cool. Very nice. We use the bayonet because it's good. Quickly loot the area before we move on. Just as you saw, or as you see, there's a horde trigger like moments later, so it's important to... Oh, actually, I'll shut up. So double nade and tap everything for the brittleness, armor bane, and look at the kill feed. Like, you just melt armor in the setup. You'll see me dodging backwards as well because I'm using long shot in this build. So when I throw nades, and here should be charge shots for sure. But again, I don't know the limits of this gun yet. I'm like testing it in real time. But as you saw, those shredders, double tap as many armored elites as you can, 40% brittleness. They're just going to start melting from the 12-16 stack bleed. That third grenade that I used as well was a bit overkill. It should have been a double nade into a double nade. Save that third nade into the nade I have now for the next horde. Like, you really want to play for double nade combos as much as possible. I'm no stranger to, you know, just throwing nades for the sake of it. So that was a double nade there. I had 4, dropped down to 2. I think that wasn't a good grenade. I think we already had enough damage to clear this, save that grenade there. Using the charge shots on the elites now. Against the melee elites, you always want to use the bayonet. When the horde comes out, that's kind of when you want to use your shovel, pulse, or whatever melee you're using. It is your job to snipe elites or like range enemies, so much like if you're using a plasma gun, standard las gun, recon las gun, it is your job to snipe those range elites and specials, so make sure you're doing it. I throw the grenade really high there so it stays in the air for as long as possible, so more enemies can drop down and like benefit from that cleave. I get hit by a Silent Crusher, thank god for gold toughness. It had armor bane stack, so just bayonet it in the face. I do take field improv. If you haven't seen the build taken, it is linked in the description. It is the second version, I think, the long shot and like full grenadier version. It's moments like this where field improv can absolutely save a run, because like in the water the goo doesn't show properly. As you can see, I'm getting gooed, but I looked at the water just then, there was no green goo. Beast and Nurgle, there's just a lot of corruption damage, and it's really overwhelming in a moment like this with the blight spread. So between purity, field improv, you can literally just sit and tank it. Don't recommend just sitting and tanking it, obviously play around it, but it makes a shit situation much better. It becomes like a really high risk, low reward play to like medium risk with good reward. We move on straight into a captain, like quite literally we cleared that room, we walked out the door, like touched 3 steps and the new boss triggered. If you guys are interested, I can talk about more how the AI director and hubs work. That is quite important for Grenade Veteran, and because understanding the spawns and when the elites are going to come in mass, so you can save grenades for that. That's where you get like the massive DPS numbers in Grenade Veteran, because it's a very spiky build. You'll do like good damage when you don't have grenades, but when those hordes come and you're literally like doing 80% of that damage, like right here, like this is, you spike so hard in damage here. This is why Grenade Veteran will do so much damage. Like again, look at that kill feed, grenades, we're setting it up with the long shot, focus target, redirect fire. I don't think I have redirect fire. Oh yeah, I do. Again, another horde, double nade, quick tap everything for armor bane. Once armor bane is stacked, you should charge shot. Again, I don't know the limits of this gun. I see more than enough leads. I don't know how much brittleness. There's just a lot happening even with debuff tracker. Once things start cooling down and I can take a breath, that's when I'll go back to the charge shots. But it really is about keeping that brittleness uptime, especially in Havoc 40, just so you don't get overwhelmed with that carapace. That was a good chorus, we all react. this is just like a public game as well. Like, I'm pretty sure this is my game that I put up in the terminal and people are just joining. I do recommend, like, this is not a quote-unquote meta build, so if you're trying to like push Havocs and you're at, you know, your current limit, the highest that you've progressed so far, just try your best to like help the team. Sorry, I had to quickly address my cat there. Do your best to help the team understand it's not a meta build. Like, I'm committing a bit to the meme with the bayonets here. That's what I mean by don't commit to the meme so much. Again, I'm just doing as much testing, pushing the limits of this build as much as possible. Again, in the video build, I'm combining this with a shovel. This should absolutely be shovel right here. I get a bit overzealous here. I'm pushing way too far here. That could very much be me dead right there. Then my team, you know, obviously they come to save me. They're in a bad position now. That we reset here and it's fine. We should pull back. But then I see that Zealot push even further. He got even overzealous than me. I'm trying to still support him. And like, if I'm pulling out the shock wall, I'll explain the shock wall later. You know it's bad. And I realize how bad of a situation. I'm like, alright, sorry dude, I gotta like just get out of here. Otherwise we're both gonna die. He does end up going down. We try to commit to the res. I've got no nades here. I've got one coming up, but unfortunately, again, I should have my melee out here. I wasn't dodging. That was just a bad play. I get hit a lot multiple. The corruption stacks up. Someone else goes down. The third person blows up. I cut out a little bit during like the death timer, but Crumbs, while Willem Dafoe was blowing up, he ran to the res point and got us up, so he clutched the game here. But that just goes to show, be patient. Like, I think I pushed originally because like there was flame. I was trying to, you know, get some space for the team, but pushing just a little bit too far, you'll get punished very heavily for it. We reset here. Grenades, good AoE. And get in the heal crate with field improv, just get rid of any corruption. Truthfully, this place I think is just an area that you should create preemptively if you're not sure, or if it starts to get bad. Like, this is definitely a good area to just put a preemptive crate, heal or ammo crate. This is one of those places where it's not necessarily difficult, but like it is definitely easy to just get overwhelmed in a moment and the run ends. Setting up like a preemptive safe spot is always a good security. Toughness breaks, no shell, but we got the choir saved. Get those armor bane stacks. Here I'm being lazy, I should be aiming for the head, but I'm looking at debuff tracker just to see how long it lasts to try and get good uptime. Then I realize, okay, the uptime is actually pretty good. It's like 5 seconds. I start aiming at the head again. But again, always make sure you're going for those weak spots, like, and again with the Plague Ogre, he's probably the easiest boss. Stand on top of him, he'll pretty much default to that attack to slam you away. Most of the time, you dodge back when it hits, immediately run back into melee, and he'll keep doing it. You chain and keep him in the spot. We immediately come out of this elevator and yeah, make sure you don't make sure you let go of your crouch button before you shoot. That usually helps. Double nade straight into the armor bane. Here I should probably be focusing with charge shots on the range enemies for sure, because like we've already established the non-charge shots are just not good DPS for elites. They're really just there for the armor bane or killing like the stalkers, the trash shooters with headshots. Otherwise, just use the charge shots when you want to actually kill something. The light shots are for trash or setting up, and then the charge shots for actually killing things. Alright, clear this area, it's pretty good. We got the double boss spawn. We got the bubble with the flamer, it's looking good. I'm dodging into the wall, I realize, reposition. This is just like, this is just another spot that is fucking, it's so shit. Especially getting double boss here. Keep those armor bane stacks, like again, #1 priority is keeping those armor bane stacks. And using grenades well. I step on the goo, so now the beast of Nurgle, I didn't realize how close it was to me, so I get eaten by it. Luckily I didn't get shredded by the captain. We get a nice reset, we're chilling, we're behind the barrier, but again, a beast of Nurgle, its primary thing is taking space. So now we're getting shoved out of cover back into the shooters. I need to start prioritizing these shooters, make sure you're aiming for those headshots. Get hit by a sniper, I don't have shout, so I'm trying to like just buy time for my shout. We've got yellow toughness again. Because I've got aggro, I get like hit by the mutant and this captain and the Nurgle for a moment had aggro on me. I switch focus to them. I should be focused back onto the shooters here, but because now I've just went into the melee with the captain, now he's aggroed onto me and I can't get on those shooters. Our team splits into 2-2 to deal with the captain and the shooters. I don't know if that's the right call, but it works out, so I'm not going to complain about it. Like I was saying, I should have been focusing on those shooters anyway. I think it's better that someone does push for it. I had aggro, so I couldn't really get through the captain. We're lucky not to go down there, the shout came just in time. We reset, we're chilling. This place is just spammed by so many shooters, so we have to play this spot really, really slowly. Don't forget to use those crouches in the cover, underrated. Can buy you a few moments just to get that reset. I've got no grenades here. I should be trying, yeah, so this grenade, if I just save them for 2 stacks, to then delete that pack, it's better than using 2 grenades independently, because then it's not enough, because then it's 2 rounds of 6 stacks of bleed as opposed to 1 round of 12 stacks bleed, which does more damage. So these single use grenades, like these are just kind of panic grenades, it's not worth. Also the guy that DC'd, that died before, he had the ammo crate, if I'm not mistaken. And I think his chat broke, so someone else, I didn't read the chat, but someone's asking for ammo, he's not dropping it. I say that probably his chat's broken. At the end of the game he DC'd again, so I'm pretty sure that his client was just fucking broken when he DC'd. Not intentional, I'm not gonna hate the guy. Yeah, we just gotta play slowly, there's just so many gunners, they're spread out. There's not much cover to move to. So just play this area slow. It is your job to take these guys out, me and the Psyker. The Psyker's got a weapon capable of ranged. The Bolter Zealot can definitely help out too. Headshots with his Bolter, like, pretty good. We take a bit more aggressive space to kind of push past this demon host, but again, there's just too many gunners, too spread out. The other guy that pushed forward ends up coming back because it is too much. We just need a bit more time. With that grenade though, we can start moving out, we get the stagger. We push through. You see the little horde in the distance, it's just, we throw a couple of grenades. This is nothing really serious, it's just to show you us getting into the next area. This is just another reset, we use the Medicae. I got no grenades. Honestly, probably the celerity steam is better, but I wasn't really paying attention. This grenade is absolutely terrible because this area, we're done with this area, and the next area is an endless horde. Like, there's no downtime. The AI director will just continuously spawn things, so I should 100% save that grenade for this area for a double nade combo. And again, this is something that I've come more aware of after this gameplay. single grenades are fine just to mop up a horde, but you want to do that when you already have grenade stockpile, because it really is about playing for when that horde comes with elites to double nade combo, so then your demo team can restock those grenades. That's how you just get the most efficiency. Not the greatest grenade. Yeah, like I'm just not impressed by these grenades. You'll see moments where there's way more enemies that, like, that's when I should be using grenades. Yes, there is like a quantity of grenades is its own merit, especially like I have quality of grenades with the long shot and the way this build is set up. But again, that double nade combo is just so good because that's how you get the one shot on like a lot of the ranged elites. It's how you get like the pretty much the one shot on the hordes. Like imagine I have double nade here. This is when I should be double nading. There's elites, there's shotgunners. A broken coherency, so I'm not getting demo team rolls. Just an ugly position. Set up the armor beam. The bayonet does a surprising amount of damage to unyielding, so it's actually really good to bulwarks once you open them up. I see my team already working on any of the cultists over there, like the summoning ones, so I just start pushing. It actually does a crazy fucking amount of damage to those guys too, like you'll two-shot them with like a crit to the head. Setting up the armor bane. This is a fine grenade just because we're surrounded, like this is not a good position. Get the dug straight off the enemy. Now, with the armored rages, you gotta remember their torsos are carapace, so if you accidentally hit their torso, which is really easy, you do far less damage with your bayonet, so the safe play is always to just set it up with armor bane, but if you do hit the flak, it does a lot of damage to rages. You'll more or less like two-shot them in the face. We have 3 grenade stockpile. I'm using it to buy space, trying to spread as much bleed around as possible. Combine that with the soul blaze, the psychic can finish off whatever is left over. A lot of armor comes out now, so this is one of those times in hindsight it's like, okay, should have saved those grenades. I'm listening for the sound cues and you see me panic jump here. What happened there is I was trying to side dodge, but because I was so focused on the sound cue, I just didn't turn my mouse to complete the side dodge, and that ended up making me jump. Like, I'm fucking human, it is what it is. Mission's done, we're being chilling. Again, it's not a great game to go over in terms of being critical of gameplay. I honestly don't know how helpful this commentary was. Maybe it helps with keeping you guys interested. I don't fucking know, but with future videos to come, I will be more locked in, so the commentary will be better. I'll also slow down the gameplay at some points when necessary, just to talk about, you know, anything that's happening, and then I'll also have future gameplay where I'm talking in the moment. Again, this is kind of just a test video. A couple of people have requested a like commentary gameplay, so this is just me delivering on that promise, and you know, if you guys like it, well, I'll continue with it, see how it goes from there. I'll improve on it as best as I can. Hope you guys enjoy. God bless. See you in the next one.